I do believe that more people in the insurance industry, if they had a framework of how to get in front of people and help people, they wouldn't fail as often or as easily.
Wow, Cody, that oh my gosh. For you to say that, like you said it so like, hey, it I believe if people had a frame, like you said it, but I wish they can rewind what you just said
Yeah.
because that's it. Like that is it. When a person call you and do a cold call, there's a disconnect there, right?
Hmm.
There's like it's already sales. But when a person come into my tribe, I have a free group on social media, and when they come into my free group, I give them a wealth of knowledge. They binge watch my video of my marriage, my business, my
Yes.
so it's more than just, oh, here's how you market your business. So I truly believe that we need more of that because that
Hmm.
I think will eliminate the negative stigma that is around selling life insurance. And
100%.
for the time I've been in insurance, you're the only person. And Landon, of course, a
Yeah.
couple of people say
He
that,
loves you.
but they're in the marketing space. But I mean, for another insurance person or another insurance person, they
Yes.
miss that idea. They miss that idea that if you're able to give people a glimpse of your character, they will buy into you more
Yep.
and will last longer as a client.
Welcome back to the CA Power Players podcast. We got a special guest today. This woman is tearing it up in the space. She just dominated on the Ultimate Agent Tour. Please welcome, I think for the first time on the channel and the podcast, it's your girl, Sherri Summers. What's up, Sherri?
It's your girl, Sherri Summers Bell.
That's right. Sherri Summers Bell. Yes, I keep forgetting that part because you're newly married. You didn't even take a honeymoon. You went straight to the tour, which was amazing,
Correct. Yes.
which is
And
crazy.
then did all the stuff and still going, still going. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a testament to you and like how much you want to help people and really what you're doing. I'm not saying Mr. Bell will always love that. However, when you go from like married to immediately gone a week on this tour, like you're really committed to what you're doing. For those that don't know you, I would love for you to share your story and what got you here today to be the great Sherri Summers Bell.
I love it. I love your intro. It's always amazing.
Thank you.
So for me, what got me here today is I'm in the insurance or financial space. I love to say that because I do have clients who are also in the tax space as well. But how I got into the insurance space is I was looking for what every woman is looking for: flexibility and freedom, but still
Yeah.
make cash flow at the same time. So
Yes.
I had to ask myself, what is the way to simplify my business in order to make consistent cash flow so I can continuously have memories with my family. There are times when my son is sick and I had jobs and I had to, he was sick and I couldn't even stay home with him when he was sick. So I wanted to figure that out. But long story short, I'm a former cop. I was
That's
in the
awesome.
sheriff office. I was a corporal for 10 years. And during that time, I was helping ex offenders. I was helping them start their businesses while they're in jail because I was
Wow.
trying to decrease what we call the recidivism rate. That's something about people going in and out of jail. So
Mm,
these low crime individuals, they will get their license taken away. But when they get their license taken away, that means they can't work. And if they can't work, they can't pay child support.
mm,
So we saw that broken system situation, and I was one of the ones who are able to say, okay, let's fix that. I saw a need and I met that need. And how I met that need was while they're there, I would literally go into the jail on Wednesday evenings and Wednesday day. I was their inmate coordinator, and I would
mhm,
literally teach them different things to do to get their LLC, to get their business license, to get their some things I was teaching them was how to wholesale property. Because at that time I was taking a class on how to wholesale property as well. So I was teaching them my expertise and what I learned and teaching them and what I was doing. So when they got out, they became plumbers, they became lawn service owners, they started wholesaling property, they got their GED.
wow.
And with that being said, it became this thing what we call get or done program.
Mm,
And as they came out, career source would connect with them after their release and career source would take it from there. But the most beautiful thing of what happened, it got the attention of our uh, President Barack Obama, and we were invited to the White House for our services of launching the Get Her Done program, which is now what we call something a reentry program. So that's a short version, but I got in the insurance space from using those expertise that says, hey, it may be somebody, other people out there that want to learn that. But when I was trying to do that, went through a divorce. I was married before, and I went through a divorce. And right after the divorce, I asked my sergeant, "Can I get I'm doing good. I'm doing good." I asked my sergeant, "Can I get a leave to leave at 5:30?" He says, "No, I cannot leave at 5:30 because I now became a single mother." So shout out to all the single mothers out there. And when that situation occurred, that process is like, why can I leave? I just want to pick my son up at 6 because I want 30 minutes to drive to work. And he says no, to drive to daycare. But in that process, a week later, my son I got a call from his elementary school, say he was unresponsive and not breathing, and I need to come now. I remember answering the phone like, what did he did now? He's like, no, you need to come now. But when I got there, my son Dylan was unresponsive and not breathing. And the paramedics are working, asking what day it is. Do you know what day it is? Do you know where you walk? Those type of things. And I made a promise to God. And I said, Lord, if you bring me my son back, I would never, never work for somebody else again. Because when he told me no, I should have just walked away, and I didn't. I went back to work. And as a slave, not just like a slave, like race a slave, but just a slave as in I'm slave to this job.
That's right.
I'm slave to this job, and I put this job in front of my child well-being. So that mother guilt set in. And so anyways, because of that, I became broke because I left my job.
Yeah.
And is that enough? I want to make sure that you get everything of how I came in the industry. But
that's good.
Yeah, I left my job, and that's how I started life insurance, because I was looking for something else. So I started just going live and telling people about my situation. I had a 430 credit score.
Wow, that's probably the lowest I've ever heard. I'm gonna be honest. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know the range went that low. I didn't
know either. I went for a credit score, and then along with that, they were coming to get my house. Because here I am leaving the job. I'm on FMLA leave to take care of my son. And even though 10 years, that was only $7,000 that I got back within that 10 years. But I also had some assets, right? I had insurance, and I liquidated some of my insurance policy to pay off my debt, which I didn't even know I could do. When you're talking to HR, I didn't even know that was possible. So I had some cash value that was built up. So I started telling people how I'm getting out of my debt, and they started asking me to come on and share with them the strategy that I was using my insurance policy. And that's how we got started. Started building a tribe of brown people who want to learn this. Insurance companies started calling me. I feel like you hear my story like so many times.
I think you get better at telling it every time, though.
I guess so. Insurance companies started calling me, and as they started say, hey, this is a modern way of marketing, right? So I build a tribe around other women who are in this space, who are agents and want to be able to know the strategy. This is a strategy that I teach, is a framework that I teach to be able to build your brand, and along with that, build your tribe, and have people calling you versus you calling them.
I love that. Attracting people versus chasing. Yeah, that's so good.
Yes.
Man. And how? And I can't. I'm not supposed to ask how old you are, but I feel like you've lived like 8 lives.
Yes.
Right? Like.
Notice I didn't answer. I'm like,
I know. I noticed. Did you guys pick up on that? Let's not guess in comments. Okay, let's not. Okay, just kidding. I love it. I mean, I love that you were in law enforcement. Thank you for that. That's a very, can't even imagine how difficult of a career that is. I can't.
Yeah. I was in the correction space, and I went out to the community space, but it is difficult, right? Even now they're so short staffed. My hats goes off to them.
No doubt. And then helping inmates by getting creative and starting a program to help them start businesses, which is phenomenally smart. I think you've I mean, it makes sense though, because you are helping. It's it's different, but it's not. Like, you created a program to help people start businesses so they could pay their child support and not re-enter prison, right? Well,
Correct. And be a taxpayer again. Yeah, correct.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, which
Hmm.
is awesome. And then you got this, then you got what you're doing now, which is you have a framework that you're teaching to help women in the insurance industry, like in financial services, like taxes, et cetera. And they're how to do what you did to help a lot of people with their insurance by building a tribe. So people are attracted to you versus, chasing prospects,
Correct.
which is,
100%.
so it makes sense. Like it ties back together to where you naturally are good at sharing what you've done and what you're learning, and you care about people and helping people, and that's been true for you for clearly a lot of your life, which is pretty
Yes.
special. Where's that come from? Were you that way even, again, I can't guess years, but even back when you were in high school,
I love it. So, I came from, I'm Jamaican and Chinese. So
She's super rare as well, is it not?
yeah, very. They're like, what? I
I've
knew it. I
never
knew something. Y'all say Hawaiian. I get that a lot. I'll hear
Yeah, I
Hawaiian.
can see that. I can see that.
So I'm Jamaican and Chinese, and I think that culture alone by speak for itself. Because when I came to America, whenever a Jamaican, because I was born in Jamaica, come to America, I think really our thing is we're coming to this world that people told us about. Because I just came. It's not like I visit and then hang out. No,
Mm,
first of all, it's hard to get here. So when you get here, you're gonna make the best of it because as an immigrant, you're going to do the best. So when I came, I didn't have a choice but to succeed. That was like, no, I have a school in Jamaica that I take care of, that I send money to. So I didn't have a choice. There, people are riding on my back. So I think that's where that came from. Like, I think that you got to go to school, you got to be a doctor, you got to be a police officer, so you got to get degrees. Because that's the only way we knew until a few years ago. But I think that's where it came from. I really think that's
yeah.
where the culture of that drive came from. That was embedded in me from day one.
Well, I will say the people of Jamaica are the nicest people on planet Earth.
Oh, I like him. I paid him to say that.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And I paid to go experience it
Yes,
in
yes.
an amazing country, by the way. And I've always had this cool affinity that I like always want to go to Jamaica because of one movie as a sports guy watching Cool Runnings with
Hmm.
the bobsled team. And I'm
I
like,
was hoping
man,
you don't say Stella got her groove back.
no, I don't even know if I've seen that one, to
Yeah,
be honest.
Jamaican
But
bobsled team.
yeah. Jamaica's got a bobsled team. Yeah, so
Yeah.
cool. I love that. And that also speaks to like it's important that people realize why they are the way they are, you
Yes.
know? Because also reason it's important, it doesn't sound important, but it's really important because you've located that, you're helping others locate that, and you're really good at sharing your story in a very consistent way.
Hmm.
And you don't ever forget to share your story.
No.
Most people forget to share it, or they say, I've shared it a lot, I don't need to
Yeah.
share it again, right? It's kind of
Yeah.
interesting. Maybe you can speak to this. Lauren, my wife, is incredible. she
Love
she
her.
says yeah, she loves you too. She said that earlier. So I'm like, I've got to jump on with Sherri Summers later. She's like, oh, I love her, she's awesome. And she said that, she's like, Cody, you share your story and all this stuff, and she's like, isn't there like a next level so you can stop sharing it? I'm like, there is a next level, but it's still me, it's still my story, and people still connect with that, talk about the importance of that, especially when you're going live. You're sharing your story, you're connecting with people, you're not just spewing product knowledge on them.
Correct. First of all, my signature course, sometimes people don't hear about it until I'm on a challenge or a boot camp. That's number one. And even working with me, the first part is your brain identity that you have to complete. That's your foundation.
It's good.
And the foundation is really one of those checklists is your brand story
Yeah.
of how your business originated. And I think that you have to share your story because that's number one, because it's for me, it's for that single mom out there. For me, it's for the mother who feel like I'm ready to give up. Like my bank account has a -0 in there. For
Mm,
me, that person who's listened to the story, they're about to quit insurance. They're about to say that this don't work. So that when you
yeah.
stop sharing your story, you literally do a disservice to the people you're called to serve. You literally when you stop sharing your story, you're doing a disservice for the purpose that God has put you on this planet to do.
Mm. It's good. Now she's preaching, man. I love it. That's so good. That's so good. Well, you and Letitia were both so freaking phenomenal on the tour.
I love her too.
I
Yeah. She's
and
awesome.
and everyone just kept getting better, you know, which was
Mhm.
so fun and
Yeah.
so cool. Yeah.
Yes,
I
that tour was awesome.
yeah, I do believe that more people in the insurance industry, if they had a framework of how to get in front of people and help people, they wouldn't fail as often or as easily.
Wow, Cody. That oh my gosh. For you to say that, like you said it so like, hey, if I believe if people had a frame, like you said it, but I wish they can rewind what you just said
Yeah.
because that's it. Like that is it. When a person call you and do a cold call, there's a disconnect there, right?
Mhm.
Like it's already sales. But when a person come into my tribe, I have a free group on social media, and when they come into my free group, I give them a wealth of knowledge. They binge watch my video of my marriage, my business, my
Yes.
so there, so it's more than just, oh, here's how you market your business. So I truly believe that we need more of that because that I
Mhm.
think will eliminate the negative stigma that is around selling life insurance. And
100%.
for the time I've been in insurance, you're the only person, and Landon, of course, a
Yeah.
couple of people say
He loves
that,
you.
but they're in the marketing space. But I mean, for another insurance person or another insurance person, they
Yes.
miss that idea. They miss that idea that if you're able to give people a glimpse of your character, they will buy into you more
Yep.
and will last longer as a client.
Yes.
And I just, yeah, I totally agree. And it's
Yeah.
sad that you're the first person that kind of is in alignment with what I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah, get in front of people,
Thank
but
you.
get in front of people to share more than just here's a policy that you need to buy.
Right. Yeah, because anybody can do that. I love building a tribe, building a brand, attracting people that are attracted to it,
Yes,
really pushing people away that aren't attracted to it, which is fine too, and having people that are learning about you and connecting with you. And if they want to do business with you, they will, you know. And so it's just so much more of a modern way than our industry is used to.
correct. And I know it's like, ooh, outside of the box.
Yeah.
Another thing too, I think what makes the tribe so amazing. One of the things I lead with is in the first part of what I coach is being able to allow to control your thoughts, right? Because in this industry as an insurance agent, the first thing I would tell a new agent on the block is controlling your thoughts. So don't
Mhm.
allow your circumstances that's around you to control what you think, because your thoughts lead to your feelings, right? So the if you know how to master your thoughts, right,
Mhm.
it will help you to think in
Mm.
a way that's high value thinking. So what happening now is kind of like the thermostat and thermometer thing that we were talking about on the ultimate agents.
Yeah.
A situation that may have occurred that's out of the circumstance that may have occurred. What happened as a human being right now? We are doing work based on what our circumstances is. So, for example, if somebody made us mad, we're not doing any work today because our emotions and our thoughts got affected. But if
That's right.
we learn the mythology of being able to position ourselves to always control our thoughts, regardless of the things that are around us, regardless of what we're experiencing in the moment, we are able to take action in a lot of stuff within our insurance business and really watch our business scale to 6 and 7 figures. But right now, the people who are entering it are no one is teaching that your thought process of you controlling what your thoughts is, because your thoughts lead to your feelings of your emotions, and you only take action based on how you feel. You
Mm.
didn't do it because you want to do it. You're doing it because of your feeling. But your feeling came from what you're saying to yourself and
Yep.
your thoughts. So we can get you in a position where you can shift and rewire your brain cells to control your thoughts, and don't let your thoughts be affected about your around your circumstances. Right now
Mm.
we are reacting based on circumstance of things of experience of life that we've been
Yes.
in. But if we know how we can boss up, regardless of the kids crying, or regardless of all the things that we have to get it done, we can do hard stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it boils down to.
That's right. And if you can catch it before it gets to your feelings and gets to where it's emotional and emotions coming out because you didn't control it previously,
Correct.
that's pretty powerful to think about.
Correct. And if you catch it based on what you're saying to yourself, and that's where first thing it goes, right?
Yep.
Somebody somebody tell you no on a call. You don't
Yeah.
call 20 people and you heard no. But once you and your thoughts is whatever you're thinking, that's a choice, right? So you can choose to say this is not working, or you can choose to say, no, I'm just getting better at each call.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. It is interesting how a lot of people will say, you know what, I'm terrible on the phone, or I don't like reading books, or I'm just not good with people, or like, well, we will put that stuff in our brain and like actually speak it out loud. It's one thing to think
Yeah.
it. It's a whole nother level to speak it.
Yeah, correct. I just think, and the insurance agents, especially our females, we already we are women. We already have some emotions that
Sure.
all that boils in, and that's why I love to talk about the whole woman, right? The whole woman, like from your home, and I was just on an onboarding call with one of my new clients, and I said to her, the call was more about how is your house looking, and
Mm,
she's like, what does that have to do with insurance? I said, when you wake up, do you wake up in your $1 million home? Now, I'm not telling her to go buy a home, but there's small things you can do. So when you wake up in the morning, it look like a house that's ready to embrace and abundance and prosperity, because
yes.
your environment can affect how you make those calls or how you reach out to people or how you go live, right? So you got to
Yeah.
make sure that you're in a space where your environment will look like what you want your higher self to look like.
Yes. 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 If they want to keep learning from you and really plug in, you mentioned a Facebook group. Can they go request to join?
Yeah, sure. It's joinsherri.com.
I like it.
Sherri. Join Joinsherri. Joinsherri.com.
So
Very simple.
simple. So smart. Spoken like a true tribe builder,
Yes.
right? That's
Yes.
awesome. That's awesome. And if they want to continue to like plug in and watch and learn from you, obviously they can go to Join Sherri, but then you've also got content that you're sharing out. You're going live on Facebook
Every Monday, 7
every
p.m. Eastern Standard
Monday
Time.
in the group
Every
or in general.
in my group. So we
Yeah.
do free trainings inside of our group every Monday. Now we took Monday off, go just launch something, but we do free trainings that's already in the group. And the trainings are done from a simplified way to grow your business as a woman, right? So we're really specific on giving step-by-step process that's conducive to your capacity and time as a woman.
Yeah, that's good. I love it. Well, Sherri, you're a rock star. You have an incredible story. I love what you do, and what you are doing by helping empower others is really powerful at the same time. So
Thank you.
yeah, appreciate you. Love hanging out with you. Enjoyed the tour. Close us out. What have we not shared that you would like to share in closing on this interview with everybody listening?
I do believe that life is a flow, not a force.
Mm,
And I do believe if you learn how to go with the flow and take action on the flow, your abundance and prosperity is just right around the corner.
I love it. I love it. It's your girl, Sherri Summers. Sherri,
It's
you're
the
you're
girl.
awesome.
Yes,
Thank you for
sometimes.
part of the interview. Thank you for on the podcast. You guys go to joinsherri.com. Sherri, thank you so much.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Sherri. And you guys listening, thanks for the interview. Thanks for checking it out, and we'll see you on the next one.
Hey, if you enjoyed this, I got another one you're gonna love. It's right there. Click on it. See you in there.
There's a lot of agents out there, man, that they want to sell with a phone. I think a lot of you, listening, you would love to do that. But they just struggle to do it. They're like, I don't have the perfect script. I don't know what to say when they want me to mail them stuff. Or I've always done face-to-face sales. And so this